Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how to make churn report. So that's the very important report after you created the sales report, as we did in a previous video in a real world data analysis series. So I already started the service, yes, and I will show you the notebook from the last video. Yes, here we constructed the report, the monthly report like this. See, we have each month, we have customer count, invoice count, revenue sum, and active customer counts and active percentage. Yes, the percentage of active customers. And today I want to kind of enhance this report with some churn characteristics. So let's start with creating new notebook. And I will copy imports from this notebook here, from my sales notebook. Boom. And I also copy the creation of the user months table. Yes, my kind of base table, because I will add stuff in it. Recreate it, and I also need this check query. Yes, to check is everything is all right. Okay. Yes, and let's start discuss what is churn using this customer. Yes, so here I just took some random guy from the database. Yes, just to explain how we can calculate churn here. So in some more conservative business, you usually have the churn date, because, for example, customer can terminate his contract, yes, with company, and you will know the date of that termination. Yes, so that's be the date when customer left your company. So you can use this as a churn date. But in case of internet business, yes, you usually don't have churn date, because your customer uh, just uh, registers on your site, yes, and then he start to use your services, and at some point he stops. But we don't have, some kind of exact day, exact, I don't know, exact count of months when we can say that customer has churned, because it's just you have to decide it yourself, and I show you how you can figure it out. So for this to calculate it, I need for each date here, yes, for each month, yes, I want to have the date of a last order. Let me show you how can I do it. So I want to take this um, expression and change it slightly. So instead of returning 1 here, I will put here t months. So if I have an order here, I will get the months. If not, I will return null. Okay. And now I can use the window function max and over, and I will say partition by t customer ID, and let's look what it returns now. The date is the same for each row. So, and it just has the last order, yes, which is a maximum date. But I want to have the previous, yes, the previous order here. So to do it, I can add here order by T months. And look what happened. So now, for example, when customer did not do any orders, I have the date of a last order. Yes, so see, it is January 2011. Yes, and here same, because here no orders. And when it finally makes new order, it will return here the new date. So it works like that. And you can you can control that window, yes, because now it looks back for each row, and it looks back until the end of the table. You can control it with not like function. You have here an documentation for aggregate expressions, and here you have the frame clause. Yes, so you can specify which rows you want to have as your window, and it's very powerful function in Postgre. So and if I do not specify that frame clause, it works like between current row and unbounded preceding, I think, because it's that what I get here. And now I don't want to have that date. I want to have the difference in months between last order and the current date. So to do that, I will use the extract function, and I usually Google it. So Postgres, Postgres months between Postgres months between two dates, yeah. And I've been here before, and here is the excellent solution like this. I will copy it. And now I will type here months, and here I will type months. And for the second date, I just copy this expression here. See? Oh, shit. Like this. Okay. And let's check. Boom. It worked. So for example, for January 2010, I'm sorry, for March 2011, and I have 2, and that's the correct answer, because customer hasn't bought anything for 2 months in a row. So that's exactly what I need. And I will rename that column as last order CNT. And I will delete this column, I think. But yeah, I will just delete it. Last order CNT. And now I can continue with my report with my sales report, and just add a couple of columns here. Select SQL. And now I can write something like this. For example, sum T I will use case when T last order CNT more than 2, for example, more or equal, greater or equal to, then 1, else 0. And I call it as churn to MNT CNT, like this. Let's see. Something went wrong. No, because I forgot the end. And yeah, it worked. And now I want to add a couple of similar columns, like for 4 or even 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, and compare them. But I don't want to type it manually because it's boring, and I can use Python to do that for me. So see, for I in range 2 and, for example, till 7. I start with print. Just check if my for loop works. Okay. And now I will construct the f string. And here I will just use the curly braces to have that number. And see, I have all that columns very quickly and without copy pasting. I can just use it like this. Oh, sorry for that. Boom. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works. So now I can see that counts. And the last thing I need is to calculate the percentage, because the absolute values here doesn't make sense. But I can't divide it by current customer count for that date, because that churn, yes, it happens for that count. Yes, so see, in for example, July 2011, I had 3,000 customers, and in August 2011, 1,820 churn. So I should divide this not by this value, but by this value. So to get this value, I need to use a log function. And it is very simple. I will copy this, and I will say lag 1 over, and let's check documentation for the log function. And here is a great example. Log over, and inside I just specify the order by. Okay, over, and order by T months. As pref, I will call it pref customer. Something went wrong. No function matches the given name and argument type. You might use please type. Of course. I just copied the extra line. And now I have, where it is, pref customer content. Let's check it out. So here I have 948, and here, yes, and that's just the previous value. And now I want to divide all these columns by that value. So I can use Python again. I will do it like this. Here I will divide it by this. And here I add a PCT because it is percentage. Okay. and it should work. It may look a little bit ugly, but it's okay. Oh, and I got all zeros here because I want to add the multiplication by some float to get floats in return, like this. So can you see how convenient it is to use the Python along with SQL to calculate that matrix? And now I can select that data to the data frame. I won't delete that snippet because you want to use it, df. And now I will just take, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last columns, and build and plot a graph like this, starting from PCT. And I will say plot, yeah. And I can see all my churn graph here. And they all look pretty similar, yes, and that makes sense. And so in this data, yes, I have all new customers because look, here I have the churn. Yes, I have 0 because that all customers that I know that they had the first order at these dates. So for your base, yes, and for longer record of your customers, you will have more interesting curves here. So that's how you can calculate the churn. Yes, and the important things now is that you should divide it not by current customer count, but by previous customer count. Okay, and that's it for the day, I think. So that's how you can do your churn report. Thank you. Have fun.